Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. When you set the wheels in motion for something, it means you're getting ready to launch something new. I'm going to give you some examples. I've been talking about writing a book for years. It's time to set the wheels in motion. After months of planning, we're ready to set the wheels in motion for the new product launch. The team has finally set the wheels in motion for the development of the new app. Joining the gym today sets the wheels in motion for my fitness journey. Yeah, that's really true, of course. Like I'm ever going to join a gym. But anyway, yes, so when you set the wheels in motion, it means you take steps to make sure something is ready to begin. Now, you'll hear in each of those examples there, the project hasn't started. Okay, it's just being prepared. Here's another one. Filing the paperwork tomorrow will set the wheels in motion for the court case. So the best way to picture this is of a car moving you from the airport to the terminal, ready for you to carry on with your journey, setting the wheels in motion. It just means getting everything ready for that journey that you're about to take. Very common to hear that here. It's one that I use a lot. Setting the wheels in motion. Now it says here in a newspaper story from today's media that paganism is the fastest growing religious group in our military. Apparently, pagans, Wiccans, heathens, druids, and New Age people, they've been demanding the right to have a beard in our military. Followers who typically have beards as a lifestyle choice numbered 660 at the start of the year across all of our military services, which is up 144% from 270 in April 2020. And in addition to that, there's now around 50 self-declared Wiccans, Druids, Odinists, no idea what they are, and it says the figures obtained under Freedom of Information requests. Oh, this is interesting, yeah. You know, you can ask anything about our governments. You can go down to the local records office, or you can go to the main records office in London, and you can ask them anything. I mean, usually information is all transparent anyway, but you can ask them anything you want. It's called the Freedom of Information request, and they have to give you figures. They will do the work for you. So the media obviously have gone to them and asked about religion in the armed forces. And it says here, that growth in paganism has been highest in our regular army, with numbers increasing from 190 to 500 in the past 4 years. The number is up from 40 to 90 in the Navy, that's the people who go to sea, and from 40 to 70 in the Royal Air Force. And then it says that there's a guy here called Arthur. He's a druid from Salisbury, Wiltshire, who was in the army for 6 years. He welcomes the service's decision to put wheels in motion to overturn a 100-year ban on facial hair, saying that finally these people can have freedom of choice. Now, very interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. So I know we had this rule in the army which says that you aren't allowed to have a beard or a mustache. And then they had to make exceptions to that for people whose religion demanded that they have a beard. So there's a couple of those around. But it looks like that's now been extended to cover New Age followers. I suppose it must have been an issue of security, because if you have a long beard, I'm sure somebody could attack you or set fire to it or something. I guess that's why they didn't allow it, I suppose. But I seem to remember that during World War I, that many people had beards. I'm sure I've seen pictures of army sergeants with beards. Maybe that's after they've retired, or maybe it's because they were leaders, because leaders often have beards, don't they? If you look at any dictators in movies, they always have facial hair, don't they? I can think of at least one or two I've seen who've had beards. So finally, they're putting the wheels in motion to allow other people to have beards as well. Very interesting, isn't it? That our army didn't allow facial hair. I know that Britain, generally speaking, was never very comfortable with mustaches and beards in the workplace, especially in office-based settings. Now, I remember working somewhere in 2004 with a language school, and I started to grow a beard, and they took me into a room and asked me why I was growing it. And I didn't really have an answer. I mean, it just was a fashion at the time. And I was told, get rid of it or get fired. That was the choices. Now, I was really kind of shocked at that. But it did remind me, I mean, I had known before that some industries in the UK, they really, really don't like beards. I think it has something to do with something to do with just looking clean and smart. I think that's what it was, because when a beard begins to grow in, it can look a little bit messy for the first few weeks, depending on how it's grown, of course. Anyway, the beard didn't last long because they take a lot of work to maintain those things. So anyway, I shaved it off, but it's also about authority and power. If your boss tells you to do something, you have to do it. But I would imagine these days, I mean, beards are very fashionable. I don't think they're allowed to simply tell you to get rid of the beard. Oh my goodness me, I don't know where my voice is going today. So, yeah, they can't simply tell you now, shave off the beard. You have a perfect right, I think, to have it. But yeah, 20 years ago, that right wasn't there. So there we are. Our military are now becoming pagans, druids, and Wiccans. So pagans and druids and Wiccans are the people who more or less are very interested in nature. New Age people are the ones who have the crystals. So very interesting. Things are changing as Britain enters its post-religious era. So yeah, very interesting indeed. Very interesting. Another thing from our media today, a restaurant is putting the wheels in motion to serve unique pizzas. Oh, you can imagine that's not going to be nice, is it? You know, British people, we don't really have any taste. I've been trying to explain this to people in the last few weeks, and those of you who follow my weekly lessons will know that this week's essay is all about food as well. But there's a restaurant here saying it's putting the wheels in motion to serve unique pizzas. It's combining Neapolitan elements like Italian flour with New York influenced recipes such as hot dogs for toppings to create distinctive dishes. This restaurant based in London is saying it's putting the wheels in motion to blend the best of the two traditions, adding it is good for the UK to develop its own style of pizza. Oh no, no. People in the UK always love comfort food. Comfort food? Is that really what we think of pizzas? My goodness me, in some parts of the world, a pizza is a nice, big, shared experience amongst family and friends. But in the UK, it's when you're sitting alone with a beer and you eat it because you're bored. Oh dear, that's not good, is it? Anyway, hot dogs on a pizza. And we've already got pineapple on a pizza, haven't we? That was something that came from Hawaii, Hawaiian pizza. Hot dogs on a pizza. What else would they put on there? Potatoes? I mean, Britain doesn't really have any other things that it can claim to be British. Pizza with cheesecake? Oh no. Ooh, ooh. That sounds awful, doesn't it? So yeah, these toppings and more all coming to UK pizzas. I'm really sorry if you're Italian. You might be a bit turned off by that. So sorry. Um, Another thing that people are putting wheels in motion for, apparently, British people could be seen eating. Oh, this is disgusting. Just to warn you, sea worm and chips instead of fish and chips. Researchers are saying that they want to put the wheels in motion to introduce sea worms into our diets. They are white shellfish and they're being grown in laboratories around the UK. The researchers are saying that they offer a substantial alternative to our other fish, cod, haddock, salmon, tuna, and prawns, which make up 80% of seafood eaten in the UK. The University of Cambridge have said in the Philippines they're typically battered like calamari or in some kind of fish stew. We think that for UK people, they'll be mashed up and coated and will look something like fish fingers. Oh no, no, I think the word worm really puts me off there. Although there's a picture here, they don't actually look that bad, but I don't think I'll be rushing out to buy them anytime soon. And it says here that in the Philippines, it's very common to eat these, and they want to put the wheels in motion to make them widely available across the UK. Yeah, British people don't taste food, you know, it's hard to explain, but as far as I understand it, we Brits, we don't really have the same social cohesion as other countries do. So food isn't a celebration for us. It's more of a kind of like functional thing that we have to do while we're working. So we don't celebrate food with people, and that's why I couldn't honestly tell you any foods that my parents cooked. I mean, I remember what it was, what they liked to eat, but I don't remember any tastes. So I couldn't tell you, oh, this tastes delicious. It's my mother's recipe because I wouldn't remember the taste. It seems taste comes from memories, not from the actual food. So therefore, taste is unique to all of us. So most of us just feel the texture. We eat to fill our bellies, but we don't eat to actually remember or to celebrate with people, which you might think is tragically sad, and it probably is. But yeah, I mean, as I get older, I've learned to appreciate food more, especially having lived in the Mediterranean. Food is a very important thing there, and it has to be shared. The idea of eating alone is a crazy idea, although it's our preferred way. It's something that we like. Anyway, to put the wheels in motion, well, I suppose I better go and set the wheels in motion, put the wheels in motion, both are okay, for my day. So I'll go away and do this transcripts before I begin my day. So have a nice day. See you all soon. Bye.